What's going on, everyone? Welcome back. We're getting into the last couple of days of the season, and recently they made it so if you actually end on the leaderboard, you get points to qualify for the Pokemon Go World Championships. So I myself want to try to push at least a little bit here for the leaderboards in the end of the season. So I'm going to try out one of my teams that I really love to use if I want to try hard in the Go Battle League. I feel like Shadow Dusknoir is always one of those Pokemon that people kind of forget about how strong it can be. Corviknight, if you know me, you know I like this Pokemon, and it pairs very well with Ufisk. This team is so strong. If you want to climb, give it a go. But yeah, we're going to try to push for the leaderboards and see what it can do. Real quick though, before we get into the battles, I do want to ask if you're not subscribed to the channel, please consider doing so. Helps out quite a bit, and I'd really appreciate it. But let's see what happens. Let's try to climb the leaderboard and finish off the season strong. First opponent of the day. We'll find out regular Corviknight. Imagine Shadow Corviknight, by the way. Regular Corviknight up against Shadow Mightyena. This is always such an odd Pokemon to see, because there's a good chance the backline's really RPS. And the bad thing is, I don't really have, like, a great answer to this, but it's not like I'm weak to it either. I'm going to bait an Iron Head, or like a Sky Attack. I actually don't know if I built it enough to a Sky Attack, but at least I'm going to bait something that's not an Air Cutter here, and see what they want to do. Okay, nice. We actually get a boost. And this could very much be a crunch coming through right now. I think I'm going to shield it up, because this is a really risky bait on their end. So yeah, we do shield. Hopefully no defense drop. Nice. And I kind of want to just get some shields down early if possible. I don't love Mightyena on my Dusknoir, right? But I know that Wigglytuff could be in the backline with Mightyena. That is pretty weak to Tinkaton nowadays. But, like, I don't know. People don't respect Tinkaton as much as they should. So we'll see. I think I do need to shield this just because, like, how do I finish off this Mightyena from here? Do I go for a farm down? I mean, that'd be kind of hard, right? Going for a farm down with Thundershocks or Astonishes. At the very least here, I can get the final shield, maybe get a fourth attack off if they do shield. Or if they let this go, maybe I'll get a boosted attack into the back line. We're double boosted, that's kind of cool. Steelix in the back, not exactly what I want to see, but depending on the moveset, it could still be alright. I'm hoping that my Dusknoir has somewhere to go this game, because this thing likely has access to Crunch, right? Crunch being a pretty strong attack into Ghost types. And I don't love that. Alright, they could have Earthquake here, but we don't get knocked out by an Earthquake if they do have it. So, I guess we'll just have to take it on the chin and see what they do. I don't have a shield remaining, so obviously I do have to let this go. In comes the Earthquake. They actually do have it. Alright. Oh, man. Yeah, I was kind of thinking that could be in the backline. Wigglytuff does oftentimes get paired with this kind of team, so unfortunately for us, I don't know if we have much of a way to win this game. But I'll try my best with my Dusknoir to not lose, but I think, especially because Charm has not yet been nerfed, I think we're in a pretty bad spot. If Charm was nerfed at this point, there might be a chance I could survive long enough to, like, bait and get another Dynamic Punch off, but even still, I don't actually know. I haven't really checked the new Charm matchups in the future. They do shield that, but I don't think we can even put them into Mud Bomb range here, even if we get another Shadow Punch off, because we're going to be debuffed. And I think, at best, maybe I get a Shadow Punch, but not even. Maybe in the new season I get the Shadow Punch there. And honestly, like, maybe a Shadow Punch puts them kind of into Mud Bomb plus Thundershock range, but I mean, that Steelix is still outside of range where I knock him out with a single attack anyway. So unfortunately, I think we are about to lose, despite the fact that this person would lose to, like, a single Tinkaton on the lead. They didn't see Tinkaton, they saw a Corviknight, and that is unfortunate for us. Alright, next opponent. We'll see Corviknight up against a Shadow Alolan Ninetales. Alright, I want this away from my Ufisk if I can. I know the backline oftentimes have, like, those water ghost types, or, like, water types with ghost type coverage, like for Alligator. So if that's the case here, obviously we want to make sure that we can neutralize this Pokemon and hopefully get our Ufisk up a shield or something later on this game. Alright, they let that go. I get a boost, which is kind of cool, but, like, not the most impactful thing out there, because over time I'd still two-shot them anyway with Air Cutters. Weather Ball. 9. I think I survived this barely. But I also can just straight up win the one shield matchup if I shield this, so I think that's what I'm going to go for. Okay, and if they shield this up, I can outpace to the next Air Cutter against them. But they could just no-shield this and leverage a shield advantage against us here, which would also maybe be kind of scary. Oh, okay. It's a low kick Annihilate. I'm double boosted, I think, on my attack stat. That's going to do a lot of damage to them here. And can they even farm us down? I don't think they can before I get another Air Cutter off. I'm triple boosted. Okay. Well, that's not great for them. Yeah, we forced them to throw energy immediately here. And now, like, sure, they'll get a shield from my Dusknoir if they want to stay in and go for another Rage Fist against us, but that's going to give me a pretty big energy lead. And I'm pretty sure we'll have a lot of play in the back line. Yeah, these Astonishes do so much damage, right? That's going to put them into just farm down range later on. Maybe, like, Discharge if I have to go for it. But we can force them out. Make them clear this boost. And then, hopefully, we win. Okay, well, yeah, that's looking pretty good for us, obviously. Tentacruel is not a Pokemon that wants to take all this damage here that I have. Not only do I have a lot of Shadow Punches I can throw into them... Oh, it's a Shadow Tentacruel, I didn't even notice that. But, like, I have my Ufisk in the back line, right? That can just come in here and take the damage if we have to. I think it takes 2 Scalds to knock out a Ufisk, and they're in Thundershock downrange, so if they ever try to go for, like, a Undercharge here, too, they kind of just lose. I don't think there's a way we lose this game right now, because they'd have to go for, like, a perfect Undercharge and get a farm down against our Ufisk with their Annihilate, but since I can just bank this energy, even if they don't knock us out here, I should be fine just by either getting a Mud Bomb off into the Annihilate, or if they have to knock us out here, I can just get the farm down with my Dusknoir. So yeah, they go for the move here. This should knock us out, and if they undercharge, then we win. If they don't, we just farm down, and we win that way. Nice, okay. That's a cool team, but luckily Dusknoir was pretty strong into it. Alright, next opponent. We'll see Corviknight up against a Magnezone. Alright. This is kind of an odd matchup, isn't it? I'm going to go here for the switch out into my Dusknoir after going for a couple of fast moves. And the best thing is, by doing 2 sand attacks like I did there, I make it really awkward to time for the Magnezone, right? I make it so either they give me a full Astonish Sneak, or I get my move off first. And now at this point, they did shield, so I feel like the play for me is always just go for the double shield farm down. Whoa! They did what? I shouldn't have got that next Astonish through. Now I can only do a 1 shield farm down. That's crazy. Unless they get a debuff with this Mirror Shot, maybe they survive. They do not, in fact, survive. Shadow Altaria comes in. This is not going great for them right now. What just happened there? Either they lagged or like they waited for some reason. I don't know which ended up happening. Can I get another Shadow Punch through? I'd be so happy if I could. Dusknoir, you menace. Dusknoir is just the best Pokemon in Pokemon Go. I actually don't think it's the best Pokemon, but I do actually think it's one of the most underrated picks right now in PvP. Alright, well here's the thing, right? I get a huge farm down with Ufisk. In the backline, like the worst case scenario here is probably going to be like a Gourgeist. And honestly, just in case that's what's back there, I might want to switch out and go for like a farm down with my Corviknight, but I'm not going to, I guess. They actually just top left, so that was a scuffed game. I don't know what happened there with the Magnezone, but I'll take it. Not needing to go down 2 shields is amazing. Alright, next opponent, Maxie, good friend of mine. Let's see what he's running. Corviknight up against a... Okay, Shadow Canine. He's trying that out, I guess, before the buff here next season. Not exactly a great lead for my Steel type to seem. Hopefully we don't have too many bad matchups in the backline. I think that was only 5, right? So only a Weather Ball coming through here. I mean, I'll take the chip damage we got with Astonish so far, and Weather Ball doesn't one-shot us. They try to catch here, but like Azu, I guess either way, I'd be throwing a Shadow Punch into. I would love to be able to switch out here into my Corviknight at some point and bank this energy, but I don't think I'll be able to. Yeah, I'll have to throw energy here. And unfortunately, I think he gets a full farm down with Azu against us, because Shadow Dusknoir is not the bulkiest Pokemon in the game, so they get a lot of energy out of this. And they also have some energy still on the Ninetales. This is looking awkward. I don't love this. We'll see if he goes on a Hydro Pump or not, though. I know there is a team that I've seen recently that has, you know, I'm going to shield the first move. It could be Go-Goat in the backline, just an Ice Beam. I don't think he's on Hydro Pump then if he Ice Beams then. Yeah, he just Ice Beams again. I'm going to go for the full farm down if possible, but he might just switch out now, which would be a little bit annoying, but if it's Go-Goat, he probably doesn't. Do I get the full farm down? I hope I do. It's going to be so close. Come on, Corv. Okay, that's a good farm down at the very least. Thank you for not doing 1 sand attack, Corviknight. I appreciate what the spinning ball of death comes through in the corner there and makes it so I don't get to throw my attack. Yeah, he knows shields. So honestly, it could be almost anything at this point. Yeah, if I got my sand attack through, I actually get to 3 air cutters here first. But since I didn't, this is looking a little bit worse. Actually, okay, I was off by 1. But that's still fine. Like, I can make stuff happen here with my Corviknight in this matchup. if it is what I was saying in the backline and it is the Go-Goat, I'm in a bad spot still. I might have wanted to overfarm here, but I also don't really want to take any extra Ember damage if I can help it. You get his shield, okay. Attempt to catch, don't quite get it. So now a Shadow Energy Ball, if he has that, or even just a freaking Overheat's gonna one-shot us. This is not great news. I mean, I survived. I don't get one-shot. I shouldn't be hyperbolic, but it does hurt, right? Okay, he doesn't knock us out at least. Okay, wait, hold on. Is there any chance that I just knock this out with 2 discharges? I might be able to. Yeah, wait a second. Do I win this? Because I think he can Weather Ball us with the Ninetales, but I don't think he's going to get a Weather Ball into both of my Pokemon before I farm him down. Okay, down goes that thing. Okay, well, I guess we just won that one. That was out of nowhere. That's insane. Crossfire, all right, a lot of good names here today. Corviknight into Empoleon, all right. Well, I don't have a hard counter to this in the lead, but I do have a decent kind of counter, so we'll see what he wants to do. Sand Attack is super effective here, which is pretty nice. But since it is non-stab, it doesn't do all that much. But we resist Metal Sounds, and Hydro Cannon requires 2 to knock us out at the very least, so that's good to know. Okay. Well, I don't necessarily need Switch right now this game. I just kind of want to make sure this Sableye doesn't do too much to us. Okay. I'm going to bring in my Ufisk here. It might be a bad play to bring in Ufisk in this spot, but the way that I see it, he can't really bring back in his Empoleon here, right? I'm going to go for the CMP so they don't get 2 attacks into us first. But I'm not that scared of Empoleon with my Dusknoir or my Corviknight. And since I still have my energy on my Ufisk, I'm hoping that I'm going to be in a good spot in the backline, whatever they have back there. But it could be like an Altaria. Oh, wait, they shield that? Okay, well, in that case, I just let go of Switch. I'm fine losing Switch, and honestly, I'm not sure if this Foul Play knocks us out. I might still win Switch. Unless one Shadow Claw knocks us out, which it does not. So I just farm down. Well, that's really good. What comes in? I have a move. All right, well, now we know the full team. Altaria in the backline. I get a free discharge into them. And now, honestly, this is going to be the Dusknoir show. I'm just going to hard pivot and start building up a lot of energy. They kind of have to switch into Empoleon here, because Altaria's best matchup is obviously going to be against the Corviknight. But I guess you could stay in for a second if you really want to. But I'm just going to build up energy myself to always outpace the Empoleon. All right. Big Shadow Punch. Do we get a shield here? Or at this point, do they just let it go? They do let it go. One more Astonish hopefully knocks out. Oh, kind of a smart play there, actually. Going for the one Dragon Breath and swapping out before I reach that Astonish, or before I snap down with the Astonish, rather. Could be kind of scary. We get a shield there, though, which is nice. But we get another Shadow Punch off, and I think that should be game over. Just landing the Shadow Punch allows me to pivot back, maybe even to my Ufisk here. We'll see. How much HP do I have? Oh, that just knocks out. You know, I underestimated you, Dusknoir. You just completely sweep this endgame. That's crazy. Let's go. Next opponent. Corviknight into Seeking. You know, this thing's getting buffed next season. I'm kind of interested to see, like, what straight 5 Drill Run is going to be like for Seeking next time, like next season. It's going to be kind of cool. They are staying in, which is odd, because I do resist their fast move pressure, and all they have is Icy Wind against us. But because I want to throw a move before getting debuffed, I'll go for the Air Cutter first. We survived their attacks pretty well here, so, like, I'm fine with this, you know, if they want to stay in. Although I could switch out at some point too, but it's not like Ufisk is a hard answer to this Pokemon. They have access to a lot of super effective damage to us, so, I mean, it's just weird. I'm kind of surprised they're staying in like they are. Alright, they can Icy Wind again, but we survive it. And at this point, they're still going to be in payback range, right? So that's not bad. Yeah, Icy Wind. It's like 5 to the next, so keep that in mind. We'll go for the payback now. Guarantee the shield or the knockout. And I mean, see if they shield. Honestly, I'd love to see a shield. That'd be a bad play on their part, I think. They do shield, okay. Wow, wait, do I actually just outpace? That's awesome. Okay, Corviknight. I mean, I know I'm a big Corviknight believer in the first place, but it is a little bit crazy to me that I can reach all of these attacks here without even needing to shield. They kind of have to throw energy here, too, before I get my next attack off, which means that I get to get a full farm down. So I have a shield advantage and an energy lead on Shadow Dusknor, which likely is good for us. But you know, there could be like something bad in the back, like an Umbreon or something, I don't know, or Galarian Moltres, if that lines up here, wouldn't be great. That'd be ABA to Electric. They wouldn't do that. Oh, what about Mandy in the back? Well, I don't have a lot of faith for whatever the final Pokemon's going to be right now. Yeah, oh, okay. Gourgeist as the third is not super ideal. You know, we gotta dance around here this game, I think, to have any chance of winning. I was not expecting this. I was not expecting them to be this crazy of a team builder. Maybe I should have gone Discharge here to... Actually, no, it doesn't matter. They have to throw an alignment here anyway. What do we do? When do we shield? When do they shield? I mean, I shield this. I kind of have to, right? Okay, they throw instantly here. I mean, I survived this attack, so that's something at least. Alright. Not bad. I think we just got either a CMP sack swap there, or like maybe they waited a turn to see if I was going to switch out. We get a shield, okay. This is so bad. I don't think I can win this game. I would love so much to win this one, but yeah. I think they just have us here, because like if they can just knock us out in one shot, there's no way that I can win this game. I needed to survive that, get the dynamic punch off, and then like have two moves coming out of that matchup with my Ufisk. We got our next opponent here. Hopefully the dog brings good luck. Corviknight up against Ufisk, so no, it does not. With that said, Dusknor should be pretty neutral here, so I'm going to go for a swap out and try to just build up some energy. Man, I gotta say, I never see these teams when I'm running an Ice-type lead. But like, just a single Ice-type lead would be so nightmarish for a team like this, right? I don't understand how you can run the Fearow Ufisk core, but I am fine getting a shield here. Because honestly, I bet my own Ufisk has a lot of play in the backline, because it could be a second flyer. I don't know why people run that team, but I see that team so often. So, yeah, we'll let this go. Dusknor at least got the shield advantage. And now Corviknight can come in and start building up the energy itself. I don't think they're going to be quite in payback range, unfortunately. I'd love it if they were. But I do hard wall this thing. Fearaw's going to be kind of interesting next season, too, because it's another one of those Pokemon that has a Drill Run that's going to be straight 5 pacing. Okay, I'm going to go for the Air Cutter here. It could be a payback, right? Maybe we get a shield, but I don't think a payback would knock out anyway. And I might as well do what I can to try to fish for a boost. Oh, okay, well, we get the next move off here. Does this actually knock out? I'd be so happy if it did, but I'm not as sure as I'd love to be if this is enough. Oh, it actually is, okay. Alright, Ufisk comes back in. Okay, they bring in the Togekiss into my Ufisk? Hold on, wait a second. Wait a second. I think the play here is always shield. Do I shield twice? Actually, what does more damage, Mud Bomb or Aura Sphere? Anyway, I just farmed this down now. Hold on, is there a chance? There's a better chance now. I'll no-shield the first. I'm not quite sure if Aura Sphere or Mud Bomb do more damage. I bet you need 3 anyway. 3 of either attack. Okay. Honestly, maybe I just don't shield either of these moves from Togekiss. And then, like, I force energy out of the guy. I farm this all the way down. And hopefully win. Because, like, they can never farm us down here. They always need a charge attack. Mud Bomb's gonna hurt. I have back-to-back here. But, like, I can never farm them down either. So, this game does get kind of odd, but it might still be good. I think they might just go for a Discharge here, too. Because that is slightly better pacing. But going for a Discharge could be risky if I call it. But I think they always Discharge just in case I catch. Yeah, they do go for the Discharge like we were thinking they could. But, like, now, this Mud Bomb will do a lot of damage. I am a little bit upset that I don't win CMP here. That would have been nice. But they're going to be in Sand Attack range. And I still have a shield. Alright. This game's gonna get interesting. I think I just switch here and go for Fast Move Pressure, honestly. Because I know I don't get knocked out by a Discharge from this range. I'm a Corviknight. And Corviknight, if you didn't know, is insane. It's the best Pokemon in the game. We just no-shield this. We farm this all the way down. I think we're good. I think we're good. Yeah, easy live. Somehow coming back from the Eufisk lead, but that's what happens when your team comps make no sense. All right, let's go. All right, next opponent. We'll see Corv up against a Morpeko. All right, well, I don't like that. But, you know, sometimes people will run Morpeko in the Go Battle League. Okay, try to catch a move here. Doesn't quite work. They bait out a Gorgeist. Oh my goodness. So this game's going to be a loss, probably. I needed to catch the Aura Wheel no matter what here. And I thought they'd instantly throw, but they didn't. They were patient and they pivoted out. So now that Morpeko, up like 20 million energy, is just going to sweep through my team. But we got to play this out, right? There's always a chance that Morpeko users misplay games. Not a good chance, but there's like... It's always a chance, I guess. Mud Bomb is slightly more efficient here, but it does take a little bit longer to reach. So that's not amazing. If they, like, get a little bit greedy here, I'd be so happy. Okay, I don't think this is actually going to knock him out, unfortunately. If I had a payback ready to go, just imagine how happy I'd be feeling right now. But this is only an air cutter, so they survive on 1 HP. But wait, okay. They throw energy here, which I wasn't necessarily expecting. It is going to be a Shadow Ball, but I do survive it. Alright, that's a nice Shadow Ball to take here. Okay, they're actually dumping all of their energy into us. I was kind of hoping that they would get farmed down, though, by now. Because I would have loved to keep my Corviknight around if possible. Surely there's not a second hard answer to Eufisk in the back line, right? We'll go for the farm down here. But they have so much energy on the Morpeko that, like, honestly, they can probably just Psychic Fangs and knock us out if they want to. I don't like that. I'm gonna go for the no shield. I think my one chance is surviving a Psychic Fangs and having a shield advantage on my Dusknoir. A Aura Wheel, well, I definitely survived that. That's electric type damage, trainer. Huh. I don't know how to feel about that one. It's still not amazing for me, just because Morpeko's an annoying Pokemon that does annoying things. Okay, we get the shield. But, like, they can't really farm us down, right? I'm gonna shield this. It's crazy. I know it's crazy. I know it's stupid and crazy. But, like, I'm shielding this, and I'm hoping we get another shield here with this this discharge. But honestly, even if we don't, like, there's a chance. Like, what if it's Annihilate in the backline, okay? What if it's Annihilate, and what if we win? They shield that. Okay, that gives me, like, a little opening. Not a big opening, but, like, a small one to, like, maybe have some play here. They probably Psychic Fangs, because there's no reason not to at this point. Ah, man, this game's so scuffed. I hate it so bad. But maybe there's a chance. And I have to keep on clinging on to hope. They caught on Jelly. I didn't... Actually, did I see a Hex come through right there? I might have. If I did, that's not great. I guess we'll see if I took the damage here. I didn't see the damage, but man... I don't know. I'm not gonna, like, trust that. Okay, I wish that animations were actually, like, good to see nowadays, but they are not. Anyway, maybe Fast Move Pressure could win us this game, because Morpeko is such a squishy Pokemon, and, like, they're so low on HP already. Can I, like, Thundershock this down in 4 without getting Thundershock down myself? I don't know. I don't know, but I really hope I can. Psychic Fangs, unfortunately, does knock us out. Come on, Eufisk, I believe in you. If anyone's ever believed in Eufisk, it's me. No! They were 3 away. Oh, I actually would have got it if they were 4 away. That was way more playable than I thought it was going to be, not going to lie. That was way more playable than I thought it was going to be, with how bad that lead was and how bad it was playing out, but it's barely not enough. Yo, Shadow Hydreigon. My backline's actually pretty soft against this, so happy to see this here. With that said, I bet this isn't as comfortable for Corviknight as it could be. And they could always try to go for a catch, right? I think that was actually a CMP, though. I wouldn't be surprised here to see Steel types, especially it could be Aegislash in the back, but my whole team has play into Aegis, so I'm kind of fine if that is the case. Air Cutter here is not going to knock them out, but it will put them down pretty low, because a Shadow Hydreigon has almost no bulk to it whatsoever. Yeah, that's a lot of good damage. You get the boost, which is kind of cool, but also pretty useless for us, unfortunately. Went for a CMP there, because honestly, at this point, I want this out of the way, or I want them to use a shield. I'm fine if Licky Licky at this point. Or not Licky Licky, where did that name come from? I guess I'm still thinking of the last match. But I'm fine if Hydreigon goes down or uses a shield. I just want this thing gone as quick as I can. I say as I undercharge this to get an extra Astonish head start. It looks like he swapped at the same time as I, so good play by him. But into a Shadow Fortress, which is not a good answer into Shadow Dusknoir. These Bug Bites do more damage than you'd expect, just because, despite the resistance, I don't have a lot of HP on Shadow Dusknoir. Like, I'm still thinking it could be a double Steel team. Definitely could be Aegislash in the backline. And Aegis really does not want to deal with Shadow Dusknoir, because, I mean, my Astonishes do so much damage, right? Same with my Shadow Punches. They go for an actual big move there. The Rock Tomb, that is. That's kind of interesting. Shadow Punch again, probably get a shield. We get a knockout. Well, it might not be not Hydreigon, we already saw that. It might not be the Aegislash in the backline then, yeah. And no, it's not. It's actually going to be the Clodsire, which isn't bad for us to see. I think at this point, we can just ship him down with Dusknoir into a range where it's a lot easier for my Euphis to deal with. Yeah, we Shadow Punch here on alignment. Now, maybe even just like one Mud Bomb could be enough. They do have their Hydreigon still alive just a little bit, but it's not going to get another move off this game. And I have my Corviknight that I can also use to make things a little bit awkward for them. Because, like, can they even go... Oh, they have Sludge Bomb. Interesting. They can't really Poison Sting us down on Corviknight. Okay. I mean, I have to shield an Earthquake. I mean, I don't have to, but, like, it would be helpful if I did. We'll see. Big Earthquake. Yeah, I mean, that's a pretty obvious catch attempt there, right? So we just keep on farming. We go for the full farm down, go for the Mud Bombs. Yeah, we get the win. Nice. GG's to J-Mills. We got our next opponent, though. We'll see Corviknight, hopefully not into a Morpeko. Okay, Celio. That's, still not, like, amazing, but at least it's not as bad as it could be. It could be the Quagsire Charger Bug team. If that's the case here, then obviously I kind of want to get rid of this Celio and hope that my Dusknoir is really good in the backline. I think from the non-shadow, I should survive 2 Surfs here barely in the zeros. Yeah. I want to guarantee shields go down. Once shields are down, I'm hoping Dusknoir has a lot more play. So if they shield this, that's fine. If they no-shield this, that's alright, I guess. Alright, they do let that go. 6, okay. They'll go for the Surf here. I should survive, and I should get my Air Cutter off into them, which hopefully puts him down low enough that I can farm him down pretty easily with my Dusknoir. We're at 1 right now. Guess we'll see what ends up happening here. It could also just be like a completely different team than I'm thinking in the back line. 2. Oh yeah, like what if it's a Wiggly in the back? Oh my goodness. Okay, so they don't respect Empoleon at all with this team. That's good to know. They're at 6. I mean, there's got to be an Empoleon counter in the backline, right? So it's probably just Quagsire, and, like, we probably just lose. And they shield the first one anyway. But, like, I think my Dynamic Punches here do more raw damage than a... Like, even a debuff Dynamic Punch does more damage than a Mud Bomb. Okay, they can't swap, so we'll just do this instantly. But this is looking really bad for us now. I was not expecting the Wiggly in the backline, because that is so disrespectful of Empoleon. That is a lot of good damage, though. Okay. They do throw instantly. I was trying to, like, see if I should catch there or not, but I didn't go for it. I have to shield the Icy Wind, unfortunately, and just hope for something really weak to Euphis in the back line. Because, like, I can clear a debuff if I need to, which I probably will, because I don't think a debuffed Euphis really has that many good matchups. Maybe Pelipper, but even Pelipper's, like, they're doing Weather Balls to you, which is not amazing. Okay. I think we lose. Even by clearing that debuff there, it's going to take, like, 4 Mud Bombs to knock them out, because they have a shield and it takes 3 in general, and they're already at an X-Scissor, and the X-Scissors, unfortunately, are going to 2-shot us. So I think they have us, unfortunately. It was the team I was thinking, minus the fact that it was just not a Quagsire in the backline. It was the Wigglytuff instead. Yeah, we don't win this one. Alright, next opponent, Stone Collection. What's he running? Corviknight up against a Sableye. Okay, Shadow Sableye in the lead. This is kind of where I want to see it. Although it's not exactly the best Pokemon for Corviknight to deal with either. But I can get a move off before they potentially go for a Drain Punch here, which isn't bad for us. Especially if I get an Air Cutter boost. But if I get rid of this Pokemon, I'm hoping that this is their best Ghost answer, and my Dusknoir in the backline is going to have more play. Alright, no boost on our attack stat, but honestly, we have done quite a bit of damage already with our Air Cutter and our Sand Attack, so that's good. They do Drain Punch. That's kind of what I was expecting to see. 5, okay. They have another attack ready to go, but I do survive it. At least from here. Maybe after a couple more Shadow Claws, though, I might get knocked out. Honestly, this is still doing a lot of damage to them. 8. Does one Astonish knock this out? Any guesses? I hope that it does. Shadow into Shadow. Nice, okay. Please tell me you don't have an answer for me. Okay, you have an answer for me. I don't love to see that. Try to catch a Shadow Ball here. Looks like we do get the catch at least. Well, what's going to be in the back line? I mean, it could be a lot of things at this point, but I have a Dynamic Punch loaded, which is good. Oh, they Body Slam baits at 1, I guess. Oh, no, dude. I can't get a break today. The Shadow Quagsire backline is not exactly the Pokemon I was hoping to see. Maybe we can force 2 attacks out of him here, but the fact that I didn't even catch the Shadow Ball means that Licky Licky is going to be so hard to take down in the back. Maybe I survive an attack here. If I do survive an Aqua Tail or a Mud Bomb, it probably is Mud Bomb, honestly, being thrown, then, like, maybe. Aqua Tail, okay. Okay, they actually let me get my next move off here, which I wasn't really expecting. So they should be at, what, 6 right now? 7. Alright. I hate that I have to shield this, but I think I do. They Aqua Tail. Alright. 8. So they're at 4 right now. They have another attack ready. I mean, if I get a shield here, then I can always land a Dynamic Punch into that Licky Licky, but it doesn't knock them out. Okay, let that go. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This game's gonna get weird. I don't like when I have to say that, but it's always true. It's, like, literally always true. They shield that. Okay. So they could bait us again, but I don't know if he will. Okay, we shield properly. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. But the thing is, I have a Dynamic Punch. I got as much Thundershock damage as I could against this before they threw this move. So if Dynamic Punch knocks out from here, I could still win. Come on, Shadow Dusknoir, I believe in you. I don't know. It's a Licky Licky. It's bulky, but it's a Shadow Dynamic Punch. Come on, Dusknoir, please. For the fans, Dusknoir. Okay. It was actually enough. Dusknoir, I love you so much. What were we in that set? Did we, like, go 3-2? Oh, 4-1. Okay. Not quite going to be in the 3300s then, but going to be pretty high up there. Another Tapu Fini. 3278. Okay, honestly, not a bad way to end off the stream. I do have a 6th set, but I'm going to keep on banking that just, like, in case for the next day if I need it. Yeah, that's not a bad climb. Yeah, this team worked out pretty well today. I might try to push a little bit further. I don't know exactly if I want to stop here or try to reach the 3300s, but either way, we're doing well. We're climbing in the Go Battle League. Try this team if you want a last-minute push. But yeah, thank you for watching. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.